Hello. Happy Thursday, everybody. Can you all hear me? Please put a one in the chat to let me know that you can hear me. Okay, thanks, Janice. Thanks, Larry. So, how is everybody doing today? Thanks, Charlie's Angel. How is everybody doing? Well, I hope today has been a great day for everyone. I can't complain, Janice. I'm glad that you are doing well. Okay, Shadow, and I'm glad that you love my elevator music. um, yeah, I really enjoyed your last video of true crime video. Okay, good for you, Larry. Glad you got some time off. So time says I feel like I'm in 1980 something. Saint Elsewhere. A lot of y'all probably don't remember that show. It had the great Denzel Washington in there. Yeah, I remember that. So let me see who I have in the chat so far. That's great time. You're welcome. So looks like Abril was the first one here. But the other names, I think I probably have out of order because I saw some names before I saw others. So forgive me for not being in order. But Brill was first, and then there was I saw Janice, Charlie's Angel, SBK, Larry King, the cynical one, Shadow, Time, Nesto's Shackle Shuffle, Walk of Shame, and Vaughn. Thank you all for joining today. I appreciate you all. It's good to have you all here again. And I hope that there is something that is said today that blesses you in one way or another. So let me go ahead and get started. And you see the question. The question is, have you had anything stolen from you? You can put yes or no in the chat if you ever had anything stolen from you. Janice says yes. Larry said yes. Anyone else? Okay. Okay, time. I appreciate that. Anybody else? I'm sure SBK is probably working. Nesto Shackle Shuffle Walk of Shame said yes. Shadow says yes. Other question time is, have you ever had anything stolen from you? Shadow so says, yes, my first ex stole my BlackBerry and Xbox back in the day and had to break up with her after her addiction. Oh, wow. Anyone else? Hey, I said what I said. How are you today? Thank you for joining. So, Time says, of course, my family member, not just once, but several times. Oh, wow. Anybody else care to answer the question before I move on? That daggone Bond. Bond said, yes, my sibling stole my mother from me. um, I said what I said. It says, yes, I've had a lot stolen from me over the years, including my time. I know that's right. Don't laugh at her, Janice, even though I did. It encourages her. So I'm pretty sure that those who have had things stolen from you, you didn't appreciate those things being stolen from you. As someone who has had things stolen from me, I know how it feels. So I'm going to talk about three things that happened. Two of them happened to me personally. One happened to my son. I know that's right, Janice. Yeah, I can't even get on you for that. Hey, sweet Rita. Shadow said, oh, I was mad. I'd rather get cheated on than my electronics being stolen. I know that's right. How are you today, sweet Rita? Thank you for joining. So, the first thing I want to talk about is when I was a teenager, which was, not that long ago. So, time says the sad part is if they had just asked me, I definitely would have gave it to them with no problem. But now I can't trust you at all. Right. Oh, you're welcome, sweet Rita. I'm glad you're doing fine. Appreciate you joining. Hey, Jamila. Happy Thursday. How are you today? How's the baby? Thank you for joining as well. It's good to see you. So, when I was a teenager, I'm not sure of the exact age I was, but I know I was a teenager. Right, Janice? When trust is gone, it's hard to get back. Vaughn said, hit that like button. Thank y'all. So I was a teenager. It was my birthday. And one of my aunt's friends that I also call my aunt, she sent me a birthday card, but she made a mistake of putting cash in the card. And I don't think they had cameras back then, but I don't think they had cameras at the post office back then. But I'm sure it was one of the post office workers who took the money out of the card. And when I checked the mailbox and got the card, the envelope, you could tell that it was tampered with. And so I didn't realize that she had put money in the card. I just thought that she sent a card. But she asked me, did I get the card with the money? And I told her that I got the card, but there was no money. And so she did end up giving me, replacing the money, which she didn't have to, but she did. Um, I appreciated that. But the fact that somebody would have the nerve to do something like that was crazy. So the second thing I want to talk about is my son's, something that happened to my son about 10 years ago. He he was with some friends and went to a church service. One of the guys' church, they were having something, and yeah, it was about 10 years ago. My son, he's in his 30s now, so he was in his 20s at the time. But he my son had a habit of having his laptop with him a lot. And they were running late for the church, whatever the event was. They were running late. And it was in the church was located in a bad neighborhood. And so my son wasn't thinking. He, instead of putting his laptop in the trunk of his car, he left it on the back seat. Time said, Vaughn, how many times can I hit the like button? My finger is hurting. Don't time me out for that. So, so anyway, he left his laptop on the back seat. It was his seats were black, and the laptop bag was black as well. But I guess the thieves still saw it. So what they did was they they busted out the windows and took his laptop. Vaughn says she's just telling the people who are coming in, y'all. Okay? She said, back off of her. So he came out of the church service. Matter of fact, I think when they got to the church, it wasn't dark outside, but when they left, it was dark. And when he came out, he went to go to the car, and one of his friends said, why is the glass on the ground by your car? And so he looked and noticed that his window, I think it was just the one window was broken out. And his laptop was gone. That laptop was over $1,000. And so I don't think he had insurance on it. So he had to replace the laptop he had to end up spending another thousand something dollars on another laptop. And then the third incident, right, Janice? The third incident is this is my husband and I. And I've shared this before. I'm not sure I shared it with you all, but if I did, you can pretend that it's the first time hearing it. Anyway, this was about what, at least 20 years ago or more. Hey Joe, how are you today? Yeah, it was at least I would say it was about 25 years ago. Anyway, my husband and I were how are you today, Joe? My husband and I were um getting ready to go to the mall. It was on a Friday night, and we had plans to go to the mall. Yes, that's good, Joe. I'm blessed as well. So I was sitting by the window and I heard some noise, but I didn't really pay attention. So my husband always liked to play around. So he went out the door and he said, Alice, we had a minivan. He said, the van is gone. And I said, stop playing, because first thing I thought was, oh, he just doesn't want to go shopping. Okay, Jamila says late answering, but my apartment when I lived in the Bronx was broken into when I was on vacation, and all my TVs were stolen and some electronic sneakers and name brand coats. Wow. Hey, Diane Black, how are you today? Thank you for joining. So, with him, being a jokester, I just knew that he was playing and that he really didn't want to go shopping. Hey, Shay, how are you today? Thank you for joining as well. It's good to see you. And so he said, no, I'm not playing. He said, come and look. So I get up and I go and look, and lo and behold, the van is gone. And then I started thinking that was the noise that I heard, because it sounded like it was, as somebody is closing the hood of a vehicle. That's what I heard. So I think at the time that was the only vehicle we had. And we didn't, you know, we were supposed to, the next day we were supposed to have something at the church. As a matter of fact, I don't think it was a Friday. I think it was a Thursday. So anyway, we were supposed to have something at the church with the kids that weekend, because we both worked with the kids in the church. And it was an overnight thing with the kids. And so we were going to the mall. I was going to pick up some things. So what happened was we reported the vehicle stolen, and then I think my husband ended up borrowing one of his parents' vehicles. It's great to see you, Shay. And so, Jamila, I'm coming back to your comment. Don't think I'm skipping it. And so, We got the vehicle from his parents, and who didn't live that far from us. And so later on, I think it was around midnight, the police called and said they found our van 25 about 25 miles away. Excuse me, about 25 miles away from where we lived. So we had to drive to go and pick it up. When we got there, of course, they had trashed the vehicle and they took a newer minivan, one that had paper tags on it. And so we, I think my husband ended up driving his parents' vehicle back, and I drove the minivan back. So we dropped the car back at our house, and I was parking the minivan, and I looked up and I saw a brand new vehicle, brand new minivan pulling up in the neighborhood. So my husband and I, we called the police and told them that we thought we saw, the stolen vehicle. Anyway, to make it's a long story. So to make a long story short, my husband and I ended up, he drove. He was had gotten in the driver's seat, so I was in the passenger seat, talking to the police, telling them what was going on. We were actually following the vehicle, and it was crazy because we must have been going on adrenaline, because when we thought about it afterwards, we didn't know what these guys had. They could have had a weapon and could have done something to us, but at the time we weren't thinking about that. Anyway, they ended up getting away from the police in a minivan. We ended up going to church the next day, and telling everybody what happened. But thank God for saving us. But I was telling all of those stories, but let me talk about today's scripture before I go to why I was talking about the stories. So today's scripture verse comes from John 10:10, and it's the King James Version. And it says, "The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly." And this is Jesus talking. The things that I talked about, and some of the things that you all talked about, were material things, but those things meant something to us. But when we think about it, amen time, when we think about it, none of those things are as valuable as our peace, our joy, or even our happiness or our purpose. So, one thing, the Lord wants us all to have an abundant life. That's what he said in John 10:10. He said he come that we may have life and have it more abundantly. So, one thing about the Lord, He wants us to have an abundant life, but He's not going to force Himself on anyone. And so, I want to encourage someone to, I know it's difficult. I know how it feels to have something physically taken from you. But I'll read Jamila's comment. She says, as of lately, my peace is what people are trying to steal, but it ain't going to work. So yeah, um, when it comes to peace, we can't afford to have someone come in and steal our joy, our peace, our happiness, or distract us from our purpose. Thank you, Vaughn. So, times that I believe when people steal from you, what state of mind are they in when they are stealing from you, especially when they are family members and a close friend, and the devil is using them? And is the devil using them? Janice says, that's why my mom always told me, just because you think of others as being truthful doesn't mean they feel the same. Everyone has their own agendas. Jamila says, some people are thieves and liars. We will never know why. Vaughn says, her grandmother always said, if you were still, you were unalive. Vaughn, that's incorrect. I'm not putting it up. It's Alice BCOG. I do. I not only you, Abril, I tell a lot of people that sometimes people listen and sometimes they don't. Abril says, it's Alice, you tell me all the time not to let folks steal my peace. I didn't listen, but I'm listening now, learning to never mind, folks. It's easy. So, yeah, Vaughn, that's correct right there. So, yeah, God doesn't force himself on anyone. He wants us to have an abundant life, but we have to want to have that. A lot of times, we might say, I want peace, but, and when you say but, you cancel out, I want peace. If you really want peace, you can have it. That person that keeps calling you, that is so true. Let me read Times first. Let me put a quarter in the meter for a minute. Times that my pops told me this and my mother told me this. There's people who would take your kindness and your loving heart for weakness. That is true. So I said what I said says people will steal anything they can from if they are a thief, tangibles and non-tangibles. That's true too. Hey, Real, how are you today? It's better late than never. Appreciate you joining. Hope you're having a great day so far. So, anyway, as I was saying, when people want to constantly involve you in stuff, like somebody calls you and the first thing they want to tell you is that so and so said this about you. You can either entertain that or you can stop taking those phone calls, or if that person wants to visit you all the time with mess, you don't have to answer the door. Don't allow anything, anyone to steal what God has for you. He said that He wants us to have life and have it more abundantly. So we should want for ourselves what He wants for us. So time says, Janice, the advantage I had over these kids today is that I had a grandmother, grandfather of pops and a mama, and there is nothing in life better than God's gift of family. I'll take it over money. Amen. It's good to have people in your life who want the best for you. Janice says, Abril, we are all working on ourselves. Don't be hard on yourself. Our peace and our faith is all we got. Yeah, if you fall 10 times, get up 11. I said what I said. They can't steal what you allow them. They can only steal what you allow them to. Sometimes worrying about yourself and protecting your peace and boundaries can keep all that from happening. Yep, it's some of the best things that were ever invented. Well, one of the best things that was ever invented was call ID. Another thing that is a great thing that was invented was the block button. So you don't always have to entertain someone who wants to see you without the peace that you deserve. Abril says, Miss Janice, that's my motto. I'm a work in progress. No shame here. As long as we're living, we should still be growing. You know what? um, do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? Hey, Wanda. How are you today? Thank you for joining. I hope today has been a great day for you. Wanda, I'm not sure if you ever answered the question of did you do something to make sure that people can't tag you or something? If you did it on purpose, that's fine. But if you didn't, I hope you get it fixed. So, Real says, you're right. You can find out a lot of stuff, but hey, guess what? You expect it, so you don't let your peace or happiness be taken away. You laugh because you know it, but keep going. That's right, Abril. Hey there, beautiful sinner. How are you today? So glad to see you. I'm going to I didn't drop the link, y'all. I'm going to put the link in the chat for anybody who may want to join the panel. I just feel like I said what I said had something to say today. I just feel that there's a 0.2% chance that I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. Anyway, Abril says, when you see folks want to keep up mess, when you are transparent, it's okay to walk away and leave the mess with them. Janice said, I miss my ringtone. Start your mess and get to know Mr. Ringtone. Beep, beep, beep. Shadow disagrees with me. He said the best invention is the waffle iron. I guess that's for people who really love waffles. I'm not a waffle eater like that, so I would definitely disagree with you, Shadow. Um, Wanda, I'll try to find out and let you know. I'm not sure right now, but if anybody in the chat knows how Wanda can fix it so that she can be tagged, feel free to say something in the chat. If not, I'll look it up. I'll figure it out. Right, Janice. Stop it, Shadow. Why you keep putting the wrong thing in there? Hold on for a minute, y'all. I'm gonna take a quick commercial break. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Let me see if I missed any comments. The link is in the chat, y'all. Watch, I said what I said. It's not gonna she's not gonna come on the panel because I said that I know she wanna come on. Watch her, y'all. Oops, I was wrong. Hey sis, how are you?
Hey, hey, Alice. Something is going on. Hold on a sec.
Okay.
I'm getting like a lot of feedback on my.
Uh
Okay, can you hear me?
uh-huh.
Okay. Now I had to turn my thing on mute. I heard you say. I bet I said what I said. Said what now?
I said I I said I bet I said what I said had something to say. I bet she wants to come on
I
the
heard that
panel.
part, but I'm talking about when I was coming up. When I had to.
Oh, I said I guess you were saying you don't want me to be right,
Oh,
so you don't want to come up.
I don't care about you being right, Alice. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You know that ain't gonna bother me because you right. I know one thing you doing. You teaching us how to be shady though.
You
You
know
say,
what?
and I was actually listening today, so I heard that part. You said, y'all don't answer the phone, don't
Is that
answer the
shade?
door. A little bit.
Oh, oh, okay. If that's shade, then I guess you're right. But no,
Yeah,
I'm not trying to.
you
I'm
said y'all
just
want to.
trying to give you some good pointers.
Yeah, you said if y'all want to protect the peace, just don't answer the phone and don't answer the door.
Uh huh.
Even though the neighbors can see all your cars at home and all, you see the smoke coming from the backyard and you grilling and still act like you don't hear them. That's what I got from that message, Alice.
Well,
Let me turn this phone off. But yeah, this is a good subject that you had today because I've had a lot of things stolen from me. Like one Christmas, somebody broke in my house twice and stole all our Christmas gifts.
mm,
Because we were out visiting, and I guess they were watching our house.
uh
And y'all,
huh.
they came in and took all of our Christmas gifts. I was hotter than fish grease.
Wow.
Yeah, because that's when the microwaves had first came out, and I just got a brand new microwave, and I hadn't even used it yet. And somebody came in there and took it, and it took all my child's Christmas gifts, my gifts, everything. They took everything,
That's
and not
terrible.
only and actually they broke in twice because I came home and I saw that the house was broken into, and so I just kind of locked it up. And I was, after the police came and made their report, I got mad and I just left again. And so when I left again, that fool broke in my house again. I'm like, oh wow, this is a
Wow.
bold person. This is a bold person. And that's when the curls was out, right? And we knew this guy that was on pharmaceuticals that lived on the street. So we kind of figured it was him anyway, because you really didn't have many break ins back at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And my ex husband saw him walking down the street into my, his hair was glistening from the, from his hair was shining from the glycerin in the Jericho juice. And he
Mm.
actually took my husband's Jericho juice. So he was like, I know he broke in our house because his hair is always dry. And now all of a sudden it's just glistening with glycerin. I just laid there laughing. I said, now how you gonna say he broke in our house? He ain't never got no curl activator. Now he got some. So my husband actually beat him up and made him confess because he was walking down the street because his hair was shining. So he figured he was the one that broke in the house. So, but yeah,
Mm.
and just over the years, people have broken into my home and stole things. And so I finally got smart and got an alarm. But back in the 80s and 90s, people really didn't have cameras and alarm systems. Very few people did. um, because I live in the country and it really wasn't necessary because everybody knew everybody and it was you know, a certain amount of respect that people had for you. Like these days, you can't even leave your car unlocked no more. And back then, you never thought about locking your car. And sometimes you did, in the country, sometimes we didn't even lock our front door because, it was just that safe. But now you can't do any of that stuff.
I'm glad you said something about that because I meant to mention that because the first time I ever saw somebody that hey, Too Strong, thank you for joining. The first time I saw somebody not knocking the door was when I was dating my husband. His parents didn't lock their door. I thought that was crazy. Maybe it had something to do with where I grew up at. We locked our doors.
Well, were they in
But
the country though, or were they in the city?
nope, they weren't they weren't in the country. They were
Mm-hmm.
in I guess it was a pretty good neighborhood, but
Mm-hmm.
um they could have their stuff stolen. Thank God it never happened, but they definitely could have been a victim.
Oh, okay, Tom. And you're absolutely right, Tom. I probably would remake it myself. Did you read Tom's comment?
What time? What
He
comment?
talking about I said what I said. It sound like my auntie. That uh, well, let me go back to the chat because it just left my TV. He said my auntie that did not play whoever messed up potato salad, she was going to tell you about it and make it herself. And that's he probably gauged me, like 99% right.
I didn't see the comment. Did I miss it?
Yeah, you missed it. It's the last
Oh no,
comment that was
I
put
didn't
up.
get it yet. Here it is.
But he's absolutely right, though. I probably would do something like that because I did go to my time. I do got a story about that, and these stories be true. I kid you guys not. But I did go to my uncle's house, and his wife did make some potato salad, and it just wasn't right. So I was like, "Well, do you got some mustard? Because I don't taste no mustard in this
Uh,
potato salad. I like my potato salad mustardy." And my mom was like, "How you gonna come make this woman's potato salad again?" I'm like, "I just, listen. I like mustard in my potato salad. There's nothing wrong with adding ingredients to
uh,
something that you like if you want to eat it. But yeah, I don't feel like I was wrong for that.
I'm listening to you tell the
And then I
story.
told her, I said, you know
But,
what? I said, Annie, I'm gonna cook breakfast in the morning because she couldn't cook, y'all. She really couldn't cook.
uh,
So I was like, I'm gonna give you the day off and I'm gonna cook breakfast in the morning.
you ever notice? You ever notice it's the person who can't cook always wants to cook?
Yes. Yes.
See, now I feel like y'all throwing shade up here.
Uh,
Well, see, I didn't even know you was up here, Vaughn. I did not know you was up here. But if the shoe fit, put it on, child, because basically,
see,
it's always the people that
see,
can't cook want to cook Thanksgiving dinner and and host
you know
guests.
what? Now
And they
y'all
should.
being funny.
And my uncle know how to cook, so he could have just cooked. He already know how we were, My mom wasn't gonna say nothing, but he knew I was very outspoken, so he knew I was gonna say something. So I don't know why he didn't try to save his wife, but he said he sat there and ate all that breakfast I cooked. He didn't hardly eat when she cooked it, but when I cooked, he was like, "Ooh, Niecy, this sure good." I'm like, "Mm-hmm." I'm tired of these cardboard breakfasts we having over here. And I'm gonna need to eat. So,
hey, Mimi. Too Strong
but
said yes. In Texas, we don't lock our doors. We pull those things out, and our neighbors are always watching.
that part. And before they made it a law, we always had, we was always having extra protection at home. They just
Uh
kind of
huh.
made it legal since they figured everybody was protecting themselves anyway. So that's how you do it in Texas, baby.
Mm, okay. Y'all in y'all's
Alice say, mm.
yeah, I have never I thought about it getting something for protection, but I've never held
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Miss Alice. I'm scared of them things.
Wow. Well, my ex-husband told me I was the first woman he ever known that had one. I had mine so much I actually took it up in the church house. I was like, Lord have mercy, let me go put this thing in my glove compartment. When it was time to get offering and I
What?
seen it in my purse. Yeah, I forgot about it was in my purse.
People do that all the time
Mhm.
inside church, especially down south and in
Yeah,
Texas. They
yeah.
they, they, they stay in church because it's a lot of crazy people and they love doing that. So
But that
they
wasn't what
have
I
to.
took it for though, real. That was in the 90s when you didn't need protection. And so I was like, oh Lord, let me go put this in the glove compartment. But now if I had one in my purse when I go to church, I would just keep it in there because you actually need it now. You actually need to,
Uh-huh.
help the church
Yeah,
out these
because
days.
a lot of people
Hey,
know that
Gertrude.
churches are a hot spot to try to rob people. So then now it's becoming more apparent. People just don't care, and it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-uh.
Nobody's
Yeah,
exempt anymore from crime.
nobody's exempt. They don't care. You know how many
Yeah,
churches get robbed all
Yeah.
the time,
yeah. I
especially
watch
on the
the
East
news.
Coast.
Yeah, everything happening at the church now. You can't go shopping. You can't go to the church house. You can't go to the schoolhouse. You can't go to the
Yeah,
library.
they
You
wait for
can't
the
go.
collection plate to go around, and somebody
Yeah,
sends a signal or something, and then as soon as they or they know the timing, and it's unfortunate.
Hey,
yeah.
Miss Buckeye. Yeah, that's why a lot of
I never
churches
thought
have
I'd say this.
police
Oh, my
officers.
bad.
So that's okay. A
But y'all
lot of
see,
churches have police officers in this area.
yeah, got to. Well, I thought it was weird when TD Jakes actually had cops in his church, and I just didn't understand. But the offerings that he get, I totally get it now. And just
Mm-hmm.
watching the news. But Too Strong agreed with me. She know how we do it in Texas. These are not lies. These are actually real stories. That's really true. And so now that TD Jakes have, like I said, when I saw him, with actual police officers. He actually hired police officers, then they would do extra shifts or extra duty or whatever. But yeah, his church was filled. I mean, it was like an officer at every door, and I think it was like maybe 3 entrances, and you seen cops all around, and
Yeah.
rightfully so, because he do have a lot of offering, when he do give, when they
Mm-hmm.
pass the plate around.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
uh, I've never thought I'd say this, but I am starting to feel very strongly that we need to pray more, okay? Because if you're bringing guns to church and police officers and security,
Stop! Don't say the GUN word.
oh, my bad, Miss Alice, you're bringing pow pows, to the
Mm-hmm.
church house. You got
Protection, Vaughn.
security
That's why we
and
calling it
police.
protection.
Oh, I wasn't catching on. I'm sorry. um, it's, it's time to really, be on our knees in prayer. Okay, talking to the Father, because that's
Uh-huh.
the problem.
It
Okay.
is. But Ecclesiastes says it's a time for everything. I'm gonna just put that out there. So
Yeah, and especially if like God or the Spirit isn't inside that church, you got a lot of churches too that are just there, and it's like they prance around and tell people what they want to hear. So you got to be able to differentiate the two. Where it's like, okay, is this church really Spirit filled with a lot of people, or and you can easily determine it's because it's people who go to church 10, 15, 20 years and are still ignorant, so it's just like.
but look at that church that happened. What was that in South Carolina? Where that guy went in there and they was having prayer meeting and he went in there and just, took out a lot of people and they and they
Uh-huh.
and they welcomed him in. So from that point on, it just kind of woke everybody up. So the people that hadn't had protection started getting protection because of
Yeah,
that reason. Because everybody don't have good intentions when they come. Unfortunately, nothing is exempt anymore, Vaughn. And
yeah,
people
because
used
that's
to.
called inviting evil in. Like they literally invited evil
Well,
in.
how would
Yeah,
they know if he was evil or not? They thought he was coming for prayer meeting. They had no clue.
no, they,
Um,
they 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 wouldn't know. But I don't know. Like I feel like if you do this is just my opinion, but I feel like if people do the
Oh, thank you.
work,
Thank you for saying that.
yeah, then you can kind of feel and get a feeling for certain things. Like
right.
You know,
Well,
like if
I
you,
would have looked at him because he was, and unfortunately, it is what it is.
I
But
know what you're gonna say. I would have looked at that too.
yeah, I would have looked him upside his head when he walked up in the church when he was light bright, and he wasn't like the rest of us. So that would have gave me an indication something wasn't right. So I definitely would have had an eye on him, just from that point along. And it's not that I feel some type of way for the light bright people. However, if you've never came to my church and all of a sudden you want to come on a Wednesday night, that's to me that's very suspect, because most people, if they're going to visit church, they're going to come on Sunday. They're not going to.
Right.
You can't even get the members to come on Wednesday and to mission into a prayer meeting. So you definitely ain't going to get a stranger that's going to pop up at that time. So that really should have been like indicator number one that something wasn't right. But people just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, and then unfortunately, it cost them more than they anticipated. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Hey, Cherokee. Welcome. Thank you for joining.
But Vaughn, we can all use some extra prayers, but we got to put some sense with our prayers also. We gotta use them 5 senses that God gave us also. So we can definitely pray and hope that people have discernment and respect for the church. But you also got to protect yourself also in case people coming in there for nefarious reasons.
No, all I was saying was that it don't matter what I was saying. Real, what's your story about stealing?
It do matter what you're saying.
we got to get the subject out the way first. Look, we're not
this
following
is
church
this
protocol. We didn't went all over everywhere, and we ain't even done with church yet.
Well, I got a lot to say on that type of
Be
stuff.
safe,
Alice told me that if I had something to say, come up and say it, Vaughn. She didn't tell me I had to follow protocol, so I came up and said what I had to say. So I got permission now. I don't know about you guys, but I actually got permission to say.
And then if it was one of us, real Vaughn, stick to the subject.
Vaughn, stick to the subject. Vaughn and Real up there talking all day and night.
I know they're keeping it up here 2 hours and 3 hours.
Well, y'all gotta take that up. Y'all gotta take that up with management. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Look, she needs to pop out today.
I thought that I said what I said was going to stay on topic, but I did. Just go ahead.
Look, it was real, Miss Alice. That's why I said real. Tell us something about stealing.
I was staying on topic. I told y'all that man stole like Jerry curl juice and stuff. So
and we got to talk about cooking and all that.
Y'all is funny. So when it comes to stealing, y'all have to also realize there are many different levels and layers of what people can steal. And it is not only materialistic, it can also go down to virtues and principalities of what type of emotions that we hold on to, such as happiness, peace, prosperity, yes, money, and even time. And I have this theory inside my mind that you should not feed the poor. People are like, what you mean don't feed the poor? I mean, don't feed the poor in spirit. Because if you feed the poor in spirit, they're greedy. And then they're going to keep coming back for more because that's what their mindset is. Just like they're lowly, they're low spirit, they're negative, they're demonic. And if you keep feeding the poor in spirit, eventually, guess what? If you don't have something to give, they're going to steal it and they're going to take it and they're going to steal time. They're going to try to steal happiness. They're going to try to steal your peace. They're going to try to steal your sanity. They're going to try to steal your livelihood of you just going forward inside life. So when I see stuff like this, I'm like, is it possible to steal it? Yes. Is it possible for you to easily gain it back? Absolutely. It's something that they do not possess. And at that moment, they're like, okay, you're happy. I'm going to steal this from you. I'm going to slowly take it away because I see that you're happy. My life is miserable. And I'm going to pretend that my life is happy. I'm going to pretend that nothing's wrong. But it's more so the latter, which is a total fabrication of reality that is put forth for everyone to see. and then it becomes, I'm going to constantly keep stealing this from you. There's not, like, it's like feeding a black hole that can't be fixed. And once you start to see this, and these people cultivate this to feed their energy, like, y'all can say whatever it is, but for me, it's like, it's almost like a form of like witchcraft or a form of charmery. That's what these people do. So you have to be careful about what they can steal and what they can take. And they see that it's abundant in you.
Amen.
It's like a light. So it's just like, okay, you're too happy, you're too this, you're too that. Okay, let me break you down. But then let me build you back up again. But then let me break it down again. It's like they're stealing it. You know, they're stealing your happiness. They're stealing your sanity at that point to break you down and build you into something that's gonna keep coming back to them. And then you wonder, and you're just like, you know what? What's going on? What's the witchcraft?
But can you
Real,
It's
oh
in the
my
Bible.
God.
It's in the
No,
Bible.
real. I believe you. I agree with you. I'm laughing and I said what I said. I'm laughing at her.
Right, because at the end of the day, yeah, that stuff is in the Bible, but can somebody really steal your joy? Because I dare anybody to
Yes,
try to
honey.
steal it.
Yes, they can. But
Why
I
don't you
dare
believe me?
anybody.
Yes.
okay,
I
no,
dare anybody to try to steal my
listen.
joy. I just don't
All
believe
right,
nobody can take my joy from me. Maybe I'm just too
listen.
strong, real, or whatever. I
All
don't
right,
know.
let's say that you have
I think,
$100.
wait a minute, real. Because I think that sometimes people can steal your joy, but
They can't steal all of it though. It's like if
I
you have
think,
Right.
$100 and then
Right.
they take
yeah,
$5 from you, but you still got $100 on you. That's what I mean. They can steal that. So they stole $5, but you still got $95 inside your pocket. So they didn't steal
Right.
everything, and they're not going to, because you're gonna keep replenishing and keep working up and keep making that. Because God gave you that
Right.
ability to keep making that money, that celestial happiness. They don't have that. They got freaking 50
yeah.
cents.
But
Right.
also
I
sometimes we just
understand that.
give our joy away.
Right.
Right. And
But
let me give you
but let
a
me.
better example, sis. For example, spiritually, it was said to me that I allowed, someone to steal my testimony. At first, I took it as now I cannot. I have tainted my witness, and now I cannot, you know, whatever, right? But what it when it's like someone stealing your joy, people can steal, the light in you, and you can allow it. You can allow it by entertaining certain things, being around the wrong people, you know, uh, plenty of things, even just messing up yourself. So it's not that it's just all magic. It's like we just have
Right.
to recognize that the enemy does come to steal, kill, and destroy, and he does send people, to do that, to say, oh, now that you got that house, but you that house ain't even yours, that's your mama house, you know but your joy is that, I have a home. It don't matter to you that it's your mother had to help you get it. To you it's a blessing, but here somebody can come along and be like, man, what you happy for, that ain't even yours, that's your mama house. You understand what I'm saying when I
Yes,
stealing joy?
I understand what you guys are saying, but I'm just a firm believer that nobody can steal my joy. I'm gonna tell you who can steal my joy, or my kids. If now, to me and my little journey that I've been through, nobody has really stolen my joy other than my kids. Even when I got a divorce, yes, I was upset for a minute, but yeah, I didn't stay in that place. I don't allow myself to stay in a depressed state, or and I'm not going to be around people if they're negative people and I feel some type of way about them and they're trying to take my energy, or I see that they're not no good for me, then I'm gonna shoot them some deuces. Straight
I
up.
hear you.
I'm
I hear
I'm
you.
I'm gonna shoot them some deuces, because I'm just not gonna allow anybody to take my peace, my joy, and my happiness. Because I told you guys before, my happiness is very important to me. I thrive off of my happiness, and
True. True.
it's very important for me to be happy.
Right.
Okay, so if you value those things, then you won't allow anybody to take that from you.
You are right. But
Right.
what I have started to understand and see, people have compassion for people, right? And when you have compassion for people or feel sorry for people, you stick and stay inside of a situation where you're trying to, okay, you know what, I'm gonna give this person the benefit of the doubt. I feel sorry for them. Something's wrong, something certain this or that, right? And because you're sitting there and hoping and willing and praying that something might get better or something might, become more forthcoming out of this situation, during that walk that you have with this person or these people, because you're holding on out of okay, I'm being supportive, I'm doing this, I'm doing that,
Right.
slowly your joy can be taken away and be stolen, because you're giving this person or this family member or this male, this female, this friend, this associate the benefit of the doubt, and then slowly something's being taken away,
Taken from you. Yeah.
taken
Your
from you, and
energy,
it's
your
like
peace of mind, your
exactly.
kindness.
So
Like
it,
when
but
people take advantage
exactly,
of you, that's a
that's
form
what
of
it is. They're
stealing
taking,
something from
yes,
someone.
and and
But
and
do
you're
you stay in that position though? But do you stay in that position?
no,
Because
eventually,
No,
at one
no,
point,
sis. Right.
it becomes your fault if you allow somebody to continue to drain from you and take from you.
but
And I'm
And
not
that's
sometimes,
and
and
I'm
that's
not trying to be
why,
yeah,
facetious. I'm not trying
right,
to be facetious or blame you guys or nothing. And there's nothing
right.
wrong with lending out a helping hand, but you gotta have discernment and you gotta have sense
No,
to know that these
right,
people don't mean me no good. They're just trying to use me. I gotta step
right,
away. And that's all I'm
right.
saying. I'm not
No, I
saying
agree with you.
I'm
That's
not
why I
saying
said
that it don't happen to you, but
right,
it's just like if you sin, you can't. Everybody's gonna sin, but you can't just wallow in it.
right. But no, that's why I agree with you and I said allow, because in when it was said to me, okay, it was that someone had stolen my testimony. It registered to me is what you said, wallowing in it. Now I can't profess God anymore because my testimony of being saved and all of this has been stolen from me. But like Real said, they can take just a little bit, right? But God will, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion because I don't know if this is scripture or whatever. But to me, you know, yeah, okay, you took that from me. But what does God come in and do? Because the enemy comes to steal,
steal,
kill,
kill,
and
and
destroy.
destroy. That's what
But
their job
God
is to do.
restores. He gives us redemption. He gives us repentance. He gives us new life in Christ. So people can, and we can only give people and the enemy so much power, which is why I agree with you with the allow part.
Mm-hmm.
But the Father forgive me, the witchcraft that Real is speaking of isn't what how you looking at it.
Yeah, it's
What
not.
he's
It's not
saying
in
is,
that way. It's them tapping
yeah,
into the
some
other energy,
yes,
because it's like if they have
darker,
malice
right,
and evil intent, they're using that, because now, like, how they say, oh, even who can come like an angel of light. If they're
yes.
doing that,
Thank you,
and
Real.
yeah, they're doing that and hiding behind something, but they still have bad intent. And then what they do is they use this trickery of charm of even their words. And then it's like, oh, you're supposed to forgive me. What does the good word say? This and that.
Right,
And right there, you're going to have a soft spot. And they're like, okay, you know what? I'm going to forgive and forget. And then they do the same thing. That's a form of witchcraftery, because then they're drawing their energy from like a negative force, because it's nothing but sin, malice, like a something evil behind it, because they have a
yes.
motive. So they're able to
And the
use the word
Bible,
of God
yeah.
against
But
you.
why
Like
would you
that's what
get
they do.
involved with those type of people though? Can't you? Uh,
You won't
you
know at
don't
first.
you don't ask
Right.
God. But hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me just get this out. Because at the end of the day, y'all don't feel people energy when you're around them. I can tell right away who like me and who don't like me, and I don't care how much
Right.
they skin and green in my face. Okay, and maybe I'm a witch slayer or
I can't do
denier
this.
or whatever, but I can tell, and I don't have to be in your face I can feel your
You're right.
energy just having a conversation with
And
you
yours is
to
strong.
know
Okay,
Like
to
the
know
force
wait,
is
whether or
wait,
strong,
not
man.
Real, wait,
Yeah.
Real.
to know whether or not somebody like me or not. And I'm not going to give you the benefit of the doubt if I feel that energy. I'm going to tell you something. When I was working, this one chick, she came in and she spoke to everybody, and right away I said, I don't like her. And they was like, well, why? I said, I don't know. I
Because
said
you know, you
I said
feel
it's
it.
something about her energy. I do not, and I do read energy. And I'm like, I just don't like her energy. Is something about this chick, and I just don't like her. And that's normally not me. I normally give people the benefit of the doubt, and then I'm gonna shoot them some deuces after I find out who they are. However, I'm not gonna put
Right.
too much investment in anybody until I figure out who the heck they are. So I feel like that's y'all fault
Right.
for trusting people too much.
Okay, real. Before you say anything,
You can't trust everybody, okay? And everybody that's skinny green in your face is not your friend, and you got to
right,
understand that. And just because they're being nice to you or giving you some, because a lot of people like to dangle things in your face. Oh, let me give you some money. Well, what you giving me some money
Hmm.
for? I ain't asked
right.
you for no money. I'm very skeptical of people, especially when they try to be extra nice to me in the beginning of meeting me, because I feel like you
Right.
got an ulterior motive.
Right. Okay. Now listen, sis. I'm gonna give an example. Okay, man and woman in a marriage. Okay, so because you said, how come people can't read energies up front or whatever, right? So
Mm.
in my own research, okay, of narcissism, which is in certain scriptures, you know, says that narcissism is demonic, right? So in a marriage or a long-term relationship, whatever y'all want to call it, a lot of the times the man can be charming, a woman can be charming, right? So today in Proverbs, what is charm? Okay, deceptive, right? So you can spend a lot of time around a person, okay, and I'm making it personal with the relationship because some people are just that good, right? That they can, marry you, okay, and I hate to say entrap you, but that's what it is. Whether it's a friendship or a relationship, it's an entrapment of charm and deceit. And like Real said, some people will apologize to you or ask for forgiveness with only the intention to get back in to manipulate you again. And we see that happen in relationships all over the world these days where it's like, well, I didn't know, or I kept giving them the benefit of the doubt. And I'm using marriage as the really main point because a lot of times men, because the word witch came up. A lot of people don't realize that men, have the same ability, to be demonic, um, deceptive, and it's also considered witchcraft, or, they'll say he's a warlock, right? So it's not that it's like really magic. It's manipulating a person, deceiving a person, charming a person, and like Real said, um, masquerading as an angel of light. But and that is what Satan is described as, and I think it's one of them, John or something. It's in one of the books, y'all. But that's what the enemy does. He can, make something look really, really good to you, but behind it there's something else. And that's why in my research of why is this and that considered witchcraft, there's scripture that backs it up. It's manipulation, it's deceitful, it's like being charming, but you're really not. It's not real. So a lot of times when people say witchery or this and that, people, we're thinking potions and spells and all of this stuff.
Right.
But
Yeah, it
the
goes beyond
Bible,
that.
right? The Bible is literally telling us that it is it's spiritual. This is a spiritual thing that is real. It's not what Disney showed us. You know what I'm saying?
Like it even
Well,
goes to
child,
the
I guess
point.
that's why I got a divorce, child, cause
I can't. I can't. I'm done.
I'm
I'm
just saying
done.
because you can act nice to me, and then when I see how and when I find and I figure out who you really are, I don't care if you my husband or not. I'm shooting you some deuces. So if you a witch or warlock or whatever y'all want to call it, I just call it manipulative and deceptive, and
Right.
Well, then,
Decepticon.
yeah,
And
You're
so,
strong enough to break that tie. Like you have that ability. Like say for instance, everybody has a tank that goes from 1 to 100, and it's like okay, your percentage on being able to detect that is probably like at a 91 to 94. Other people's is probably like at a 56. You have that
Right.
energy to
well,
be
then
able to see
I
it.
suggest y'all
Yeah,
ask
that's
the
all it
Lord.
is. Like
I suggest y'all ask the Lord. Lord, is this the man for me? Is this the person for me? Is
I
this the friend for
but
me? Since
but
you
see
said,
it's
agree. I
I'm not
yeah,
agree.
trying to be
true,
I
funny.
agree.
true,
I'm not trying to
I
true.
be
agree.
funny because even when I do anything, whether y'all believe this or not, because I do a lot of joking, but I do a lot of talking to the Lord also, and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually obedient to the Lord. If He tell
Mm-hmm.
me to do something, then I'm definitely gonna do it. But I don't make any big
Okay.
decisions without
Mm-hmm.
consulting Him first. And if I feel like somebody is a certain way, I'm gonna ask the Lord, listen, Lord, is these people for real, or what's going on with them?
Right,
I'm
right.
gonna try to figure out,
Right.
me and the Lord gonna figure them out. And once I get my answer,
She said,
I
"Me and the Lord."
yeah,
But
me and the
see,
Lord, we're gonna
you
figure it
have the
out. And
ability
and
to
once I get
stop
my answer,
and
I'm
do
just
that.
gonna I'm gonna get off the boat. I'm
Most
gonna get
people
off the
when
Right.
they're
boat. Yeah,
inside of a
I'm jumping off.
situation, they're going through it like okay, I'm gonna keep walking on this path. Like you have the ability to be able to stop midway and be like, you know what, is this for me, Lord, or not? But when people are going on a path, they
Everybody
might have
have that
to.
ability. Everybody
No,
got the ability to talk
they
to
do, but
God.
you no. What I'm saying is, you see how you're going through the situation, right? Soon as it happens, right? You're like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop here. Somebody might have to drive 2 miles down the road before they stop and ask God. Everybody has that ability, but you're stopping at 300 feet. Like, nope. Somebody might have to go 3 or 4 miles before they actually, okay, you know what? I'm going to this rest stop and I'm gonna talk with God right now about this situation. Does that make
Right.
sense? You know how to
It does
easily
make
stop.
sense, but you also have uh five senses also that God gave you, right? So once you see that people sucking up your energy and you're not as happy as you used to be, that's a big
Mm-hmm.
clue to step
You're right.
away. That's a big clue
I agree
to
with you,
step away
sis.
from that. Okay,
I
You're
so
right.
I'm
agree.
just saying.
However,
People
some
can use
wait,
things
wait, wait,
against.
real.
Okay.
Some people. I'm not gonna say that. Okay. What I am gonna say is this: the reprobate mind is a real thing. Okay, it is a real thing, and
I guess.
although I believe that God is a gracious, loving, and forgiving God, because I don't want to. I just want to make it clear that we're not judging anybody. Okay, we're not judging anybody. Okay, I understand where I said what I said is coming from, but some people get entrapped. They really do, and it is because of their disobedience. And I'm glad that you said you're obedient to God, because one thing that I did read in research is that deliberate disobedience against God is considered demonic. We're going to use that word. Okay. So some people, who, mostly, people who are without God, you know, end up getting entrapped. They do, and until, what is it said, that they have nowhere else to look but up, you know, to it, call on God. It's not until then that they have their golden time of day,
Yeah.
is what I'm saying,
And
So
I understand what
yeah,
y'all are saying, but I also understand how people move in life. Okay,
right.
some of y'all just trying to be nice to people, and some of y'all just don't believe your eyes, because when people show you who they are, you should believe them the first time, and forget about etiquette, forget about trying to be nice to them. When they show you their hand, then go ahead and play it the way that
And
they show it to
I
you.
agree,
Okay,
but people will say
because
that, oh, we all make mistakes and we're human. Let's get
so
over it. They
so
pull you in with that spew.
no, they can't pull you
Lord
in
have
with that,
mercy.
because they absolutely right. We all make mistakes, and it was a mistake to know you. Okay, so look at it that way. All right, and so at the end
I
of the
gotta
day,
use that one.
I'm just saying, people be worried
Lord.
about what people think about them, and they be worried about how it look to everybody. And you ought to be concerned about yourself and your own salvation and your own soul, and don't worry about what people
Mhm.
think about you, because they're gonna say something about you no matter who you are, where you come from, and how you do whatever. So what you need to
Right.
be concerned, you need to be more concerned about yourself and don't worry about no etiquette. So if somebody ain't right for you, shoot them some deuces. They'll live. They was living before they met you and they'll live after you, okay? And you was living before them and you'll live after them. And that's all I gotta say about it. I
Later,
did
Bruce.
say what I
So
said.
But
I
the
said what
message
I
of
said.
today is Miss Alice said, don't answer the phone. And I said what I said, say just don't let people play in your face. Okay.
And
This
Alice
is
also
how
said don't
you
answer
don't
the
get your
door. And
joy
Alice
stolen.
also
You have
said don't Alice
yeah.
said don't
She
answer
said
the
don't
door
answer the
either.
door.
Yeah. She
It's
had more
in
shade than
Second
I did.
Corinthians. Okay,
yes,
it's in Second
and
Corinthians, y'all.
y'all
Do
just
your
remember
research.
everybody learns at a different pace, and it's okay. Like, and I see where I said what I said. Like, her life has developed into a part where she's able to easily, see this stuff.
Ain't no
We all
development.
see this
Ain't no
stuff.
development. It's always been there.
It's all okay.
I've
Let's just say that
always
it's
been that
always
way.
been there,
Yeah,
right?
it ain't
But
no development.
you have to remember other
all of
people
us,
have different levels
yeah,
of compassion, different levels of help.
yes.
Okay, this
Thank
person
you,
might be
real.
nurturing, this person might be like you have more of like a sternness, like Deborah, right? And then somebody else might be somebody like, okay, I have this nurturing side, like Mary, or this person. So you're gonna easily be able to cut that off easily, right? Somebody else who's okay, their gift is this. It's gonna be like if they're like empathic toward people or this or that. It's like their mindset is okay. I'm doing the will of God. I'm helping people out. Okay, what they say, turn the other cheek. We just have to understand that. But then I'm a strong believer in after a while, it's like, no, Negro, don't keep
But y'all
turning your
think
cheek.
everything but y'all think
Cause
everything is a gift and demonic. It's not, life is not
I never
like
said
that.
that. I
But
never said that.
that's
I'm not
But
gonna
wait,
no,
But I'm
no.
just saying that y'all look at everything as a gift and a demonic when it's really about what's right and what's wrong. If you try to do the right thing, and I'm not saying you're
mm-hmm,
gonna be perfect
Mhm.
and you're gonna get everything right, but if you're on the side of trying to do things right and what's wrong, then
mm-hmm.
you're, like I told you before, your body lets you know when something is
When
not
you're
right.
doing wrong,
When
right?
you're doing the
Okay,
wrong thing, just say when you sneaking and doing something wrong, you get nervous, your hands start sweating, your stomach start getting butterflies, your
don't
mind
remind me.
start fluttering, all kind of thoughts go through your
Yeah,
mind and
and
all of
then you
that.
get the liars. Oh, that's just the enemy trying to
But
trick
wait,
you.
but
Keep
wait,
keep
But just
coming
real.
let me
on.
finish. But
But
just let
real,
me finish. Let
wait,
me
let her
finish.
finish. Let her
Let me
finish.
Okay.
finish. But all I'm saying is, if you just try to do things the right way, it's not so much about witchery and demonicnism and these people trying to do this and these people trying to do that. All you have to do is just think about your basic principles that you were taught as a child
Right.
of what's right and what's wrong, and don't have no gray areas, don't have all of that in between mess. And
Okay.
that's what people make their mistake, because the Bible tell you to let your yay be yay and your nay be nay. Do it not say that?
It does.
Okay,
But sis,
so
now
Man, there's
you
people
we
that
walk
openly
wait,
around
practice this stuff.
we
real,
walk
because
Okay.
I got a
around
question.
we walk
Well, a
around with the
statement.
gray, though. A lot of y'all operate in the gray
Right.
area, and you can't operate in the gray area. And if they're gonna call you mean, because they call me mean, and I'm frank, and I just say what I want to say. No, that ain't what it is. That ain't what it is. What it
Right.
is I protect me and I protect my peace. And if I like you, I like you. If I don't, I don't. It ain't gonna be the end of the world, because everybody is not gonna like me, and I'm not gonna like everybody. Everybody ain't for me, and I'm not for
Mm-hmm.
everybody. That's just how it goes.
Amen. Okay, now sis, pause. You said, you know, there's right and there's wrong, right? That's what you said. Now, if we take it all to the Bible, okay, and we take it all to God, okay, God is right and who is wrong? The devil.
The
Okay.
devil.
So
That's
it
right.
ain't no gray areas, like you said. And you said that, we, and I'm gonna assume that you mean real and I, because we do the most, all the hoodoo talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to assume that when you said, y'all think everything is gift and demonic. Well, according to the Bible and, the teachings of the Bible, and, that I'm not, please, everybody hear me. I want everybody hear me. I'm not saying that everybody should have this thought process. What I am saying is, can you see how I equate everything to God and the devil? This is God, this is the devil. This is good, this is evil. This is um uh 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 disciple work, and this is witchcraft. Do you understand how we think like that? Because according to God, there is no gray areas, which is actually considered lukewarm. Okay, there's only right and wrong. So we can't say that we're going to an extreme, you know, with the thought process, when according to our spiritual beliefs in God, these things are real.
Right.
Right. But when do y'all five
Y'all
senses?
got me?
But when do y'all five senses kick in? Is what I want to know, because y'all got
It-
that for a reason also. So where
So,
that
so
where
you
where
know,
that fit in at?
I don't know.
fit in, but when you know for a fact that people actively do this stuff, or if you've been in the music industry, any of that stuff, and you know once you see something, you're not gonna unsee it, and it's like, okay, oh, I see this is for what it is, or like. You ever just wanted somebody walks up to you and then it's like they want to shake your hand, and then it's like, okay, you're shaking my hand. Now you holding on to my hand for like freaking 1 and 2 and 3 minutes. It's like, let my hand go. They're trying to find a spot. It's a very real thing. That's what these people do. They shake because they're trying to take a little bit of something or
But
like.
remember, you're
Or
talking to I said what I said. I'm not shaking your hand if I don't really know you like
okay,
that.
I now I get what you're saying. I get it. I get it.
I'm
I
just,
hear
and
you.
I'm not trying
No,
to be funny. I'm just
because you're
being,
very intuitive to this
I'm
stuff. Then
just
your
being
senses,
real.
your intuitivity.
And
I
I
Yeah.
get
don't
it.
even be thinking about no witches and warlocks and demons and all of that. That's just who I
Well, sis,
am.
it's okay. You don't have to. It's
But
okay.
I'm
It's
just
okay.
saying, I'm not friendly. First of all, I'm not finna be friendly Freddy to everybody anyway. Okay. And as
Right.
far as you trying to shake my hand, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna tip my hat to you and say how you doing and go and keep it moving. Is what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna shake. It's a lot of people try to shake my hand. I pull my hand right back and ask them how you doing, or good
Right.
day, or something
Okay.
like that.
And see,
So
look,
I don't shake
you did that.
everybody.
so
Why?
you are
But
You knew.
because
the
she
reason why I was doing
Felt
that
it.
though,
You
because
knew
I'm
it.
OCD and I don't want no germs from
Nah,
everybody. So
and something
father.
your instincts probably told you like, nah. Just like you said, you could read people's energy. That right
Yes.
there is they hold on to a darker energy for us. Like I'm telling you, this stuff is very real. Like I mean, I get what
But
you're saying.
real,
We're all
but
saying
real.
the same
Wait.
thing. We're just
Yeah. What
saying it
but
all I
but
differently.
want to
but
say
but
to
I'm
her
also
is
though, but I'm also, I don't want your germs, so I'm not shaking your hand. And that was
right,
before C19. Okay.
sis. I would consider you wise. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And in my opinion only, I feel that because you said you've always prayed for wisdom or asked God for wisdom. It is my belief that according to your testimony, okay, that you have given us here today, you lean on God, okay, for spiritual, anointing, okay, whatever. I don't even know how to say it other than from what I'm getting from you is, you
For
know,
spiritual guidance on what I
there we
should
go.
do and
Yes,
what I
yes.
shouldn't do.
Because
Right.
I'm
That's
up
what
here trying to choose my words very carefully,
that's okay. I'll help you
but
out. That's what I asking for.
yes. So it is. You don't understand how people can be so foolish, is what I'm hearing. You know.
I get it. I get it. I
Yeah.
get
No,
it.
I'm not
And
talking about y'all. I'm not saying that. I'm not
no,
saying that
I'm
y'all be.
No,
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 we're not
she means
saying you
in
talking
general.
about us.
No, no,
Yes,
that's
in
Oh,
general.
so
Yeah, in
so
general.
this is
That
how I
you
could
don't
best explain
understand.
it. It's
Yeah.
like you know how some people, right, can go up to people like Paul, like let's say Paul out of the Bible, it's like Paul and Jesus, right? They was able to walk up to people and see certain things. So like they was able to be like, okay, this person got this in them. They're tapping into this demonic energy. This is why they was asking them what demons inside you. I'm gonna catch you. But then somebody else might be like, yeah, that person just straight crazy. I'm gonna leave them alone. So you see, it's like both the people are saying and seeing the same thing, but this person sees, oh, this person got dark energy and they're tapping into witchcraft, and then like somebody like I said what I said is looking at this person like, yeah, they just playing crazy and gonna try to use my 5 cents. I'm not dealing with them. So it's like they're saying the
Right.
same thing, but it's just they're seeing it from, okay, you're on the left side of the box and I'm on the right side of the box, but y'all see that this person is not good, but her inept ability is going to be like, this is built in, I'm leaving this person alone. But then Paul going to be like,
Right.
this person had a dark energy and demonic negativity on them. Like, if that makes any sense,
Yeah,
it's
it makes a lot of sense, y'all.
Yeah, to me,
I just
I
don't
can't.
equate it to the way that y'all equate it. I just look at it
Right.
as having common sense, regular sense, and God sense, and at the
ancient
end of the
energy.
and energy,
Right.
like
Mhm.
I said, I can talk to people and find out, and I'm gonna exclude as far as looking for a spouse because men are hunters and we are the prey, and sometimes they can fool us, but you can't fool us forever. I'm just put it that way. You might fool me for a minute, but that's not gonna go on forever because, like I said, you only can be a chameleon for a certain amount of time. And once
Right.
I
Right.
figure out who you are, so yeah, you may have got me, for a day or so, but after that day, after that week is up, then you're gonna be up, and that's just straight
Right.
up with me. And I don't feel like it's no gift or I don't see it the way you guys see it. I just always been standoffish and I've always been this way. And I just don't trust everybody that's smiling green in my face. I just don't think because people say they my friend that they my friend. Now, what you can be is an associate. I socialize with you and I associate with you, to a certain level or to a certain degree. But I'm very careful of people that I call friends. Okay, because friends to me would treat me the way that I would treat myself. And not very many people do that for you these days, whether it's your family or your friends.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Of course,
And
people use
so
that term way too loosely, and they don't
they
know
lose, yeah, it's a
they
loose,
don't know
loose
the things
word.
that come behind it. Because the friendship to you is gonna mean something. Friendship to them, it's like your friendship is I'm gonna be there for you. I'm gonna give you a helping hand. I'm gonna
Yeah.
listen to you. But their friendship is, well, I'm speaking to you, and I'm gonna just tell you thank you and this and that. And it's like that's not being a friend. But they don't know the actual definition of heartfelt commitment of what a true friend is. They just that's their definition of it. And
Yeah,
it's like,
and
Right.
a lot
ooh,
of people are around you for what they can get from you. So
yeah, I know.
you have to know that and you got to understand that. And so that's the way I treat most people, and really I don't be trying to impress anybody at the end of the day. I guess you guys can tell the way I talk on the panels. I really
Yeah,
don't be trying to
We
impress
know.
nobody. She said I know.
I get it.
And it doesn't make a difference whether, now would I don't do I want everybody to see me in a nice light? Yes, I do. I care about that. I care
Yeah,
about
that's
my
anybody.
image. But I'm not
You're
gonna
confident.
be superficial. So you either take me as
Right.
I am or don't take me at all. It don't I'm still gonna sleep at night whether you do it or not.
Right, right. And then there's like the main people that are sitting up like, oh, this one and that one, that one. Those are the ones that
Yeah.
you gotta watch out for because they so quick to point everybody else out. And it's like them, and then you turn around and them be the main ones. And you're like,
But
The
dang,
can
like,
y'all see
main one.
but can y'all see my point though? I think people
Yeah,
be
absolutely.
yeah, I
I
get it.
think
Absolutely.
I
people be
get it.
wanting everybody because a lot of people in my opinion just want everybody to like them and everybody's not gonna like you, boo boo. It's just not gonna happen. You don't like
Right.
everybody, so everybody is not gonna like you. And so
Yeah.
That's
I just
called
think
people pleasing.
yeah, people pleasing. And I
Yeah.
just think people get a superficial ideal in their own home because a lot of people are spoiled in their home. Their parents don't tell them what the world is really like, and the world really can be
Yeah.
really, really
Hmm.
mean and bleak. And you just need to, educate your kids and let them know, you're gonna make mistakes, and everybody is not gonna like you because a lot of times I think parents give their kids a superficial ideal of life, telling them that they're so great and grand and glory and everything's gonna be hunky dory in a bed of
And
roses.
that is how you raise a narcissistic child.
And I'm
Yeah,
glad you
and
said that.
and
That's
Alice,
and,
what
and
oh,
it's
you.
look,
not like
look, look.
that.
Yeah.
Let me apologize ahead of time, Miss Alice. I am so sorry. We turned your channel into narcissism and demonic and witchcraft talk. Okay, but when I
Which is
said what I
still
said,
aspects of when
when
people
she
Not
take
not
your
started
not
energy.
saying,
me, Alice.
"Oh
Don't
Not
my
worry.
me.
God,"
Not me,
I
Don't
knew.
Alice.
worry, Fawn. Don't worry.
Okay,
Don't worry yourself.
And
I have a
Alice,
okay,
not
disclaimer
me.
on here, and I hope
Disclaimer.
everybody
The views and opinions
girl,
of the
I'm
panel
a
And
guests and
Alice,
chat
look.
participants do
I'm
hold
not
on,
necessarily
hold
reflect
on.
those
And
of the host
Alice,
and this channel.
Alice, I don't see it that way, Alice. It ain't about no witchery and no
Nice.
demonic stuff to me. It's about right and wrong and just seeing
uh-huh.
people for who they are and stop trying to please everybody. That's the message I'm trying to get from everybody.
Mhm.
Don't worry about
I
what
agree.
they think about you.
I agree, because not everything is in siding with you, coattailing off that. I am a firm believer that yes, some stuff can be demonic and into energy, but not everything is all that. It's just some choice. Some people are just mean and just they choose
Yes,
to be that way.
I
There's no
agree with
spirit
that.
on
Yes.
them. Because if you look at the Old Testament, it said that, you know, when he drowned out the world, it didn't say nothing about no demons. It was like men's heart were evil. That means that they chose to be that way. There was
Yes.
no spirits in them. They just chose to be a mean old heifer like that. Excuse
Well,
my
I
language.
just
They
think the
just
world would be. I think the world would be better if we just had all Geminis.
You know what, Miss Alice, just in this live, because she tripping now. Like I was with
Yeah, I
her
think I might
all
have
up
to.
until
I might have to disagree on that
would,
one because
y'all would see the world
Libras
a whole,
are balanced.
Y'all would
So
see the
I
world a
think
whole
you
different
probably
way if
wanna say
everybody was a
Libra.
Gemini. Ain't that right, Janice?
you know what,
I think you
Miss
might want to
Alice,
say Libra.
the disrespect. The disrespect.
Mhm.
I think
Libras
y'all would
are balanced.
I think y'all would
So
understand by and by if y'all was just a Gemini. I don't think it's nothing special
Oh,
about
I
me. I
definitely
think it's a
understand you.
Gemini
I
Lord
thing.
know
have
just
mercy.
no, you're
Yeah.
right. I know Gemini's we're very, very well. Just
Yeah.
you're right. Very, very well. Like
All I'm
that's
gonna
why
say
I could
is,
vibe with y'all. I get it.
in the world of Aquarian, I really wish I was like Miss Alice right now. Just quiet. Just quiet. Ain't saying nothing.
But no. Everybody makes up what like see, I keep saying this, like everybody's a different puzzle piece, right? And everybody learns off everybody. If everybody was the same, nothing ain't gonna get done. Because if everybody was inside this standoff
Right.
position, like, oh,
let's say that.
me,
Oh,
I
I
want to
beg
be
to differ.
rich.
Geminis get everything done. We dot I's and we cross
Miss
T's.
Alice,
We
it's
stand
time for
on
us to go.
business.
The Bible also
Gemini
says
stand
that
on.
you shouldn't think of yourself higher than you are.
Well, I'm just saying
Oh,
Gemini stand on business. I'm just saying everything will get done. You can rest assured
But
that we dot I's and we
everybody
cross
can
T's.
get something done in a different way. Like, say, for instance, you might be great inside that part, but then it could be like, you know, Vons or Amanda, Janice, and Cinnabon, and like all them people down there. Guess what? They'll get something
Tasteful.
done because they know how to care for people. So, guess what? It's just like they're
Oh,
going to
you
be
don't know
waste.
the people that I've cared for. I've taken
No,
care of a lot of people in my family, so I got
but
all
remember,
that.
remember
I
that
got a
story?
nurturing side. I got a
No,
friendly
I
side.
don't doubt that. But
I
say, for
got a
instance,
mean side.
their patience might be stronger than yours because you're like, you know what, you might be like, oh, you know what, get up and wipe yourself. I'm gonna help you, but you need to do this. But somebody else might be like, okay, I'm gonna be a little bit more attentive because their leg or something might be hurting, or
It's
they might
funny
have
that you say that. It's
osteoporosis.
funny that you say that because I did that exact thing to my sister. She told my other sister I was making her get up and cook her own breakfast because she had she was down and ailing for a minute, and but I had to push her and make her get back on her feet. And you don't put people back on their feet by babying them. You have to make them get up and do the hard part. See, life is not easy, and you got to do the hard work in order to make it in life. And so that's why I say people need to be Geminis. But my sister said the same exact thing. She's making me get up and cook breakfast. And I was like, there's not. I said, you got to get up and you got to get back to life and you got to start back doing the things that you were doing. And now she's on her own and she thanked me for them hard times.
Good, good, and
But did she
yeah,
like
sis,
it? No, she didn't like it.
sis,
and
sis. Wait, real, sis. You gonna get the reflector jacket. I guarantee it. Okay, you good. You gonna get the reflector jacket.
Oh,
Okay?
I'm not on here. I'm not on here performing to get no reflector jacket. That ain't what this about.
You are killing me today. You're killing me. I'm not lying.
But real brought that up, and that reminded me of how I had to do my sister, because she wanted to be woe is me and woe is mine. That's not who I am. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna feel sorry for ourselves. No, we're gonna get up and pull ourselves up by the bootstrings, and we're gonna keep it moving. Is what we're gonna do. If you come over my house, that's what we do in this house.
I do agree with you with that because but with certain situations, because there's this thing I told people that you can't do this woe is me, you got to be stronger, because people will hold on to things from the past so much that it becomes part of them. And I'm like, you got to let that go. Like it doesn't serve you no more, but people will, oh, this happened, that happened, and constantly. And then it's like, now they use that to push forward this thing, which is now a part of their life. And it's just like, let it go. because I mean, you know how much stuff has happened to me. Y'all will never know. I just don't never bring it up and talk about. I'm like, the past is the past.
Right.
Where are we going now? What are we doing now?
We all got past. I got a lot of things that happened to me, but y'all would never know it. And you wouldn't be able to even tell it.
And if it's true, I believe you.
The story that I done went through, child, let me just tell you.
We all went through something crazy and even almost life-taking. But guess what? It's like we all live in a moment of time where it's just like, okay, if that's not serving you, right? What is serving you now? Because what makes sense to hold on to that? Like, okay, this man hurt me, this woman did. Okay, I get it. But then it's just like, now you know how many opportunities you can miss out on by keep dwelling on it. And it's like, once I was able to yo, God, please help me get over this situation. This happened to me. Oh, these fragments, this, that, and falling off of the helicopter. Get that out my mind. And I'm like, okay, what am I going to keep just sitting here thinking about this? Or am I going to go forward, realizing I can enjoy life? There's good people that are being sent around me. But then if you keep thinking about it, you're going to keep ruining relationships, keep, pushing away good people. That's what happens.
Yeah.
So it's like, you gotta.
I tell y'all a lot of time, I'm real forgetful, and I'm kind of glad I forget things, because a lot of times, a lot of things that happen to you, you forget about them if you just go on and move on with your life. And like I said, she was complaining to my other sister about how mean I was. But now she said I'm the best sister in the world for helping her out. So I don't know which one it is. But I do know this much. Time don't wait on nobody. And like y'all said, people will steal your time. So make sure, you ought to protect your time the way you protect your kids and your money. Okay. Everybody protect their money, and everybody protect their kids. So I feel like you should protect your time that way, because you never can go back, but you can always change your future. Okay. And even if you haven't been protecting it, if you haven't been doing it in the past, you can start right now today and start protecting your time, because it's very important. It's very valuable. And you shouldn't let nobody steal that. You shouldn't let nobody steal your joy. And you shouldn't let nobody run you down, make you go down the wrong road for whatever reason. Your parents gave you a foundation, so you lean back to what your parents gave you. You go back to what they gave you. I don't care about what everybody else is doing. You do what your mom and dad told you. And 9 times out of 10, if you had some parents that or grandparents, whoever raised you and taught you your values, that's what you want to stick with. Because that's what works in life, okay? And most of the time, most parents are going to teach you right from wrong. And so, and also be intuitive to yourself and listen to your own body. You don't have to listen to nobody else, okay? You can listen to yourself, and you can listen to God, and I feel like everything will be all right.
You're right. You're right. I like that thought.
I said what I said.
Protect your peace and your joy.
Yes. I said what I said. We'll be launching her self-love, self-care, build your self-esteem channel coming soon. I guarantee it, because
it's called Women Empowerment is what it's called.
Yes. She's going to be launching this self-help channel, and I really think she should write a book, because I'm just about sick of her. But yeah, so make sure y'all be on the lookout for that. All right, make sure y'all buy my sis book. All right.
All right. Well, Allison, sound like they closing the doors of it sound like they closing the doors of the church, Allison. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the chat. And I want everybody to have a nice day after all of that. Y'all have a nice day.
Don't let anybody steal from you.
Yeah, don't let nobody steal nothing from you, baby.
Yeah, nothing. I said what I said, gonna get you together. You let somebody steal from you. Okay.
And I like this, y'all. Everybody pick themselves up, pick your joy up, your peace up, your love, your laughter. Like, what makes you you? Because these people, that's just what they do. They're crafted in doing it. Like, they know how to pick at chinks in armor. So it's not that you're weak. These people just know how to, I'm going to try to get you some way. You got on this armor. Well, I see a small hole here, small hole there. And it's just like, okay, now we know what they do. Now it's, I'm not going to let you get me like that again. Because you just look at it like, just like
I'm going to put it this way. I don't like thieves. Stay away from thieves, okay? So let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Lock your peace, your joy, your happiness, your love,
Yes.
lock it all up just like you lock up your
Hide it.
tangible values, and
That
don't
part.
let
Grateful.
anybody steal them.
There you go, Alice. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Alice said it in a very nice way. That's what it, and I concur.
I concur. I concur. That's funny. No, but y'all all gave good, valid points. And see, this is what I like right here. Everybody comes together and we all have a mutual understanding because it's like you get a standpoint of how she sees it, I see it, this person. And it's like when everybody has all gone through something, you can pick, like, oh, I can relate to that. I can relate to this. So everybody's coming together and it's like I always say, it's wonderful. And you just pick your peace and joy up. Because some people, y'all got to remember this, y'all. Some people on this app are miserable, 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 miserable. And that's what they come on here to do, is just to pull other people down. Y'all have to remember that. Y'all have to remember that on here.
Yes.
So protect your peace at all costs, because some of these people, it's like that's what they come on here to do out of jealousy or not having nothing to do or having too much time on their hands or just having an entitlement spirit. That's what these people do. So remember to always keep your guard up, because these people are crafted. Remember, that's what they do. They've been doing it for years. So I know people are like, oh, easily protect your cause. I mean, protect your joy and everything. Remember, these people, that's all they do all day and all night, just scrolling. So you have to remember they're very powerful at doing it. But their battles is nothing against a whole war that you can win. So just remember that. That's what they do. So we can wish and hope all they want people to change. That's what they do.
And
They
that's
just,
great
Trust
advice.
God
That's great
and not
advice.
man.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
great
it
advice.
is.
But keep in mind,
Trust God,
this app is an
not
app.
man.
Okay, keep in mind, this is social media, and you can get in and everything on social media. So just make
mm-hmm.
sure you're able to discern what's social media and your real life. Don't forget about your real life, and you don't have to worry about all of that. Or you can be like I
Oh
said what
yeah.
I said. You can be like I said what I said, and don't care enough about none of them, and just
Lord.
don't care about what their agenda is, and just care about what yours is, and then I feel like you'll be just fine.
Right.
Yes.
It's not, it's when you want to protect your peace and everything, it's not just because of an app, because I think I said what I said you can shut the app down, you can ignore. That's where the block button comes in, and you can even delete the app. And so if somebody is on an app disturbing your peace, you got to take a look at yourself and ask yourself, why am I allowing this to happen to me when I can just put a stop to it?
Yes.
You're right, and that's because there's at least 70% of people on here that are good. I think that's why people still come back. You do have some good people on here, right? You do got some people that you could relate to and laugh to. So that's probably what prevents people from, okay, I'm learning something today. Oh, I'm going to show off my creativity today. And I'm going to make some people laugh. I'm going to meet up with my what you call church folk on here, just like, but not necessarily church as in Bible. It's like the same energy. That's what I mean. Like that type, because everybody can use that whole word church folk, but does anybody hold that same energy, that whole vibe? Like right now, we're all vibing and laughing. So we can look at the bright, good side of things on here, but we all know that 20% that is on here, it's like they're very deep in what they do. So it's like it can come through as a dagger when they do these things. That's why. Because you're such in a heightened state of, oh, I'm laughing with all my peoples, and then somebody come and just pierce you. It can be a little debilitating because you're in a happy mode. So, we just pick up the pieces and keep moving on and just blot it all out and just keep moving forward. Even though you
Mm-hmm.
can, but no matter, you could block all you want. These people, just remember, y'all, that's all they do. That's all they do. They're going to create a new account, and some of them will be stalking you and watching you, and they have this infatuation with you. That's what these people do.
Block.
Now, is
I
this
was
supposed to
gonna
be
say,
is this supposed to be inspirational? Because your voice don't sound very inspirational at all, Will.
you know what I said.
It is inspiration. No, I'm putting y'all onto things. I'm putting you
That's
onto
all they
things.
do. The goons around.
He's-
Watch
I
out.
said what I
Watch
said.
out for
No.
I
the
said what I
goons.
said.
Listen,
Oh,
when
the
I
way
get
you
into
said, I said what I said. He's encouraging people to
Yes.
use the block button.
Or y'all
yeah,
can just get off the app.
And
Or
just
you can just get off
just
the
for
app
a
and live-
second,
and live your real life.
just right, just for a second, like I said, what I said just said, let's take the focus off other people. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Vaughn is learning this. Vaughn is
Mhm.
practicing this. Okay. Let's take the focus off everybody else and
Well,
remember that we have more control,
well,
in ourselves,
Mm.
self-control, fruit
uh-huh,
of the spirit. Okay, fruit of the
uh-huh,
spirit. All right. We
Mhm.
have more control and power in
uh-huh.
ourselves than what we actually think. Okay.
right.
But when you
Absolutely.
entertain and put the
Right.
focus on everybody else, okay, that's
Self-control.
when
And just
you no
remember, you
longer
got a
have
lot of
self-control.
power with this index finger. You can turn it off and you can turn it on. It's up to you.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah, no, you're right, because you can see the tricks of the enemy. You see what they do. So you just, like you said, your power is just like, okay, you just be like, you know what, I see you. I see you. Nice. Okay. Anyways, and of course that's probably gonna hurt them even more. But sometimes you
No,
just gotta starve out a
so
situation.
what if they get hurt? Don't you get hurt? That's a
Lord
part of
have
life.
mercy.
No, I don't be caring. I don't get. I get disappointed. That's what happens to me. I get disappointed. Not a hurt. It's a disappointment. Like
Yeah.
I get disappointed
Yeah,
in life.
But
my
it's okay
feelings
if they
get
get
hurt a
hurt.
lot.
It's okay if your feelings get hurt. You'll be all right. You make
No,
it.
I told
Yeah,
you I
but
get
the
disappointed.
Bible. I was gonna say he said he gets disappointed, but I can admit that
When
my
you get hurt.
feelings do get hurt. But the Bible tells us to guard our heart. So the saying "you wear your heart on your sleeve," I no longer
Mm,
even like.
Right.
I'm trying to learn how to guard my heart.
Please
And
do.
not harden my heart, because there's a dip. Like, to me, when I was, mean and hateful, vengeful, spiteful, like for real, I thought I was guarding my heart, but in actuality, no, because we need our hearts to discern. We need our hearts to love. We need our hearts to be obedient to God. And without, your heart, you really just can't get into heaven. So, um,
That part.
yeah, so that's how I look at it.
right, unless you have grace,
All
that's the
right.
only thing that's gonna save you is
Yeah,
grace.
showing grace, giving grace, receiving grace. We have to use our heart. Um, when I read the Bible, to me, the conviction I be feeling in my heart, it's like the chest get tight. So to me, a lot of people say, don't use your heart, use your head. And to me,
Run from them people.
right, you have to find a balance. You have to use a balance,
Yeah,
to
you do.
really get into heaven, because we have to be wise, which is, using our head,
Mhm.
but in order to love, you have to use
Okay,
your heart.
Tina, thank you.
Yeah, you
So,
gotta
Stay
use
safe.
both. You gotta
Love
use
you.
both.
yeah.
Gotta
Oh
use
yeah,
both.
be safe.
But anyway, I gotta eat, child. So Alice has been
Okay.
nice. I've enjoyed
Yeah, look, Miss Alice ready to go. I know she is.
and I'm ready to go too. I'm ready to go eat. So Alice has been real nice and great. I've had a wonderful
Yeah, I got it and didn't
conversation.
even eat.
And real and Vaughn is like always. It's wonderful talking to you guys. And although y'all may
Thank you.
feel like I didn't
Likewise.
learn anything, I did learn something from you
You
guys.
did, sis. You learned something.
I learned something. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm gonna
Uh-oh.
look at it the way y'all look at it.
Well, look, I know.
But I did learn something today. Okay, so it
So
is
like
what it is.
I learned something
Especially,
that
and
y'all
I
are
learned,
yappers like me.
and I learned something from Alice too. Just be shady. Don't answer the door. Don't answer the phone when you don't want to be bothered.
Lord, look, I
Guard
learned
your
something.
peace.
I
Guard your
learned
peace.
something
Yeah,
today from Miss
guard your
Alice.
peace. Yeah, guard your peace like you guard your money, and you'll be just fine, child. Let me tell you.
Thanks,
And
It-
children.
it-
Tito.
Yeah, guard your peace
I
like you
learned.
guard your money and your children, and you'll be all right. And y'all have a nice day. I'm finna roll.
You too.
See you, sis.
All right, thank
I
you.
learned, Miss Alice, to just be
Uh-huh.
quiet, because I feel like when I started talking, that's when everything got real. However, it tickled me. It really did tickle me when I said what I said was like, oh my God. I'm like, Lord, here we go. But real opened the door. Okay. All right. No, I'm just playing. But great live, Miss Alex. I really
Yeah,
enjoyed this live
definitely.
because I feel
It
like
was very.
we all, we talked about a few things. We were able to articulate and explain, and great live, Miss Alex. Great live. I
Clarity.
love you.
Thank
And
you.
I'm
that's
gonna
what we
go.
all
Love
need
you.
sometimes. We all just
Hey,
need a little
Elsie.
clarity. Good.
Yeah, I love you, real. I see you.
Love you too, Vaughn.
Um,
Love all
I,
y'all
I
up here.
I need you to start
Love you
showing
too,
up on
real.
my shows, real, so we can have these deeper talks. Okay, I just want to put that in your ear. But I'll see y'all later. Bye,
Word,
All
y'all.
word.
right, fine. Love you.
Take it
Take
easy.
care.
All right. Great
Bye,
live,
real.
Alice. Great topic. Uh, as I might say so myself. And just keep doing your thing and just keep growing and glowing. I like it. You have a
Thank you.
blessed
I
night.
appreciate you.
No doubt. Everybody be
All right.
blessed down inside the chat, y'all. All
You
right.
too.
Mm.
I said what I said, so she would not be on that panel. Okay. Okay, Elsie, thank you. I hope you're having a great day so far. So yeah, we're gonna get ready to get out of here, but let me play this for a minute for everyone who joined the live, those who were in the bushes, even those who may be watching the replay. Just want to say thank you for your support. Okay, so let me give a shout out to everyone who said something in the chat. Abril, thank you so much. One of my moderators, Janice, another moderator, thank you so much. Charlie's Angel, thank you. SBK, thanks a lot. Larry King, thank you. The Cynical One. Shadow, thank you. Shadow said that the live was sponsored by Soul Glow. That's what he said. Time, thank you. Nesto Shackle Shuffle Walk of Shame. Thank you, sis. Vaughn, another moderator, thank you. I said what I said. Another moderator, thank you. Sweet Rita, thank you. Jamila, thank you. Diane Black, thank you. Shay, another moderator, thank you. Real Odds and Evens, another moderator, thank you. Wanda of Soul Session, thank you, Wanda. Send another moderator, thank you. Too Strong, thank you. Mimi, thank you. Gertrude's Fan Life, thank you. Miss Buckeye, thank you. Cherokee, thank you. And El Sid, thank you. I know that you're going to watch the replay, so thank you, sis. And thanks to the ones who joined the panel, Real Odds and Evens. I said what I said, and Bond. I appreciate you all. And again, I will say, God loves you more than I do, and I really do love you all. Everyone continue to be blessed, and I look forward to seeing you all again on Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern time for another conversation. I'm not sure what the subject will be, but as soon as I know what it is, I'll post it. Everyone continue to be blessed. After this, we will be ending the live. And Today is the last day of July. Tomorrow is the first day of August. Thank God for the ending of one month and beginning of another. August is the 8th month of the year, and I think I might do something special in the month of August. So look out.